Here is the difference between the Duo and the original Galaxy Fold, both in their closed form. Now, as you can see, there's a huge difference in the screen that you will get to use. The original Galaxy Fold, as it is well known, has a very small outer screen. So in folded mode, many would say it's unusable. Me, I say it's just usable. Now the Duo is a huge screen that can be used when closed because it's pretty much two large cell phones in one. So that's definitely something to take into consideration when getting these or looking into these devices. Because as it stands, both of these phones are now around the same price. Actually, you could get the original Fold for about $200 less than the Duo, and it might be the better purchase depending on what you're trying to do with your device. But it's pretty obvious the original Fold is easier to handle, but it's just more narrow. Your hand can easily fit around it with no issue. The Duo, unless you have slightly larger than average hands, you're not going to be able to comfortably grip that entire device with one hand and use your thumb to navigate. It's just not going to happen. It's not meant to be a one-handed device. As far as the thickness goes, the Fold is significantly thicker than the Duo when closed. Microsoft just did a very good job in designing that hinge and how the phone works. Of course, it's not the same type of hinge, not the same type of form factor. It's similar, but not precisely the same. Here are both phones open, and as you can see, the Duo opens into a much wider device. Those dual screens, it pretty much just doubled in size. The Fold, on the other hand, got bigger. The screen more than doubled, but the size of the phone only slightly adjusted. So it's still easier to hold the Fold in one hand if you wanted to, as it would be the Duo. The Duo is really meant for two-handed use. Now, with the Fold, I would say it's much more geared towards media consumption with this type of screen. Because if you're watching, let's say you go to YouTube, like I am here, if I can get in. Oh, I'm on their Wi-Fi. That's why. Now, if you go into YouTube like this, and let's try YouTube here. And let's just play something, don't matter what. You can see that in this mode, the Fold offers more screen real estate, just to view. It just does that particular thing better. Now let's say we switch to landscape mode. And the Fold is just a more immersive experience because the video takes almost the entire screen. Now for the Duo, let's see if we can do this here. Right. We have the reflex.
The following film is a work of fiction. This loosely based on historical events and is in no way.
So you would have to decide how you want to watch your video, because with the Duo, you will have that bar in the middle. It doesn't create a huge obstruction in your viewing experience, but it is an obstruction nonetheless. Now with the Fold, my original or the new one, there's no obstruction just because of the tech used. So it's just something you would have to think about. Skip this up. So I guess you have to decide, can you watch a movie with the bar, or would you rather watch that movie with no interruption whatsoever? If the Duo doesn't bother you, it is a larger viewing area, just because it's two large screens combined. Well, that's something to look into if you are considering these devices. Here we have the Duo and the original Fold. Even better, let's do it like this. Okay. Here we have the Duo and the Galaxy Fold. When closed, the Fold is way more narrow, easier to use one-handed, with an outer display. Some people don't like this display, but if you've had the Fold as long as I have, this display works great for everything you need to do. No issues whatsoever. This doesn't even have the option for a display, but that's something you might want to think about as well. This will run you $1,300, well, $1,399. The original Fold you could get for about $1,200 to $1,300. So both of these devices are now in the same price range. Where this one is a dual screen affair. The Fold opens up to a singular large screen, as you can see here. So I guess it really would depend on what you are using it for. For any type of media consumption or gaming, something like this would be the better device. This one seems to be the more production or productivity oriented device. Because whereas with this one you can indeed, open multiple screens and this and that. The fact that let's just go with camera or whatever. The fact that the screens get so small when you are actually trying to do it, when you have the multiples going, the screens get significantly smaller. Some people might want that extra space to, whether they're doing their writing, they're taking notes, or whatever. So this one can multitask, but this one I think multitasks probably better than this one would. Because this, though it is a productivity beast, without question, this one seems aimed. Oh, resetting device. So you have about so long to play. Two screens doing two separate things. this device will be worth it for a few people. Because it is just an amazingly well done device. Anyway, with that said, this is NG, the Neon X, and the Surface Duo. This is what I'm into.